Guys, I know it's been a while. I started this YouTube channel 4 years ago. I wanted it to be all about purpose, helping people discover their purpose. And, I was looking forward to being super consistent, dropping content on a regular basis, but life has a way of lifing, and it had its own plans for me. But listen, there is no greater time than the present. I am back. I'm looking forward to being more consistent than I have been. And this is the week of Thanksgiving. A lot of us, we celebrate Thanksgiving these days, not only with our family, but we've started having these awesome Friendsgiving celebrations. This year, we decided to get back together. One of my favorite things and what inspired me to make the video today is that my friend Randall that was hosting, he had us to write down 3 things that we were grateful for. And I decided I would share with you all what those 3 things are for me. So the first thing that I wrote down that I was thankful for was God's grace. This past year has been one of the hardest years of my life. In fact, no, this past year, it has been the hardest year of my life. I lost my father, I lost other family members, uncles, grandmother, I lost a relationship. So it's been loss after loss after loss for me. But one thing that I've definitely leaned into is my spirituality. I was brought up in the Baptist church, and one thing that I always would remember the adults talking about is understanding what it's like to lean on God. I didn't really understand what they were talking about until probably truly this past year of my life, where I really have had to learn what it means to have faith in God, to trust that He's gonna order my steps. So even though I've suffered a lot of loss, a lot of transition, I've been able to have joy in chaos. I've been able to have peace that makes no sense. And therefore, above and beyond anything else that I'm thankful for right now, I'm thankful for God's grace. So the next thing that I wrote down that I'm thankful for, it's my family. So throughout all of the transition and all of the loss in the past year, I think it's really caused me to grow closer to my immediate family. And that is something that I actually have been praying for and manifesting since 2018. I remember for Christmas in 2018, I gave my dad, my mom, my brother a copy of this book that I was reading. It's a book by Gary Zukav. It's called The Seat of the Soul. I pulled out specific quotes from the book along with a challenge for each of us to help us grow closer. And my challenge to myself back in 2018 was essentially, I want to be more open with my family about the totality of my life. And so the challenge that I wrote to myself, it says, there is a whole side of you that your family doesn't know. You have awesome adventures. You have been in and out of love and have big plans for your future. Yet none of this they know. What happens when you show your full self? So this is something I've been thinking about for 6 years now, and I feel like I'm starting to see those prayers answered and those wishes manifest as me and my family have become closer, and I certainly have become a lot more open with my family like I challenged myself to do back in 2018. So number 2, I'm thankful for my family. Number 3 on my thankful list, I talked about God's grace, I talked about my family, but number 3, I also am so thankful for my friends. So we have our given family and we have our chosen family. And I have an amazing set of friends that show up for me. And I think over the past year, I've really been able to see who my true friends are. I know finding real and true friends is hard, and I don't take any of them for granted, ever. It was so good to catch up with y'all today, and I promise we're gonna do it again sooner than later.